Hey, welcome to How to Build Your Own Home. I want to talk to you about mechanical. And when you build a home, mechanical stands for um, basically your heating, ventilation, air, plumbing, electrical, low voltage, all that. So it's just a quick way of saying all of that in one word, mechanical. So underneath here, we got a stem wall. And of course, this is one of the Pine Valley South homes that was burnt down. We preserved the foundation, but we put a new foundation in the middle. So this wall is now 18 inches thick. So I want to walk through some mechanical and some things I had changed because that wasn't working for me, and I'll explain why. So let's go underneath. Okay, we're inside here, the crawl space. And this is why crawl space is kind of neat. We've got about a 4-foot crawl space here, and it allows you to do your mechanical return air. And we're hanging that unit right from the floor joists. But what I found was my plumber had this is a P-trap right here. He came all the way down with a P-trap here, and it ran it all the way down there. And I said, no, it's kind of lazy. This is the highest point right here. It's a master bedroom all the way at this end. And so I made him take it all and put it inside the rafter. And these are open web floor joists, which allows for all your mechanical to easily fit right inside there. And the neat thing is we can insulate all this and get all that inside basically conditioned space. And so keeping this open for its crawl space utility. So I had him do that. And that's what you want to do. I don't like TGIs. I just never have. They just seem to be a little flimsy. I like a structured engineer floor joist and allows for this. With the TGI, I'm limited on what I can really do. It's really hard to fit forced air duct systems through that TGI. And then what happens is the mechanical guys drop below all of your floor joists, and then that makes it harder to insulate. At some point, they have to drop below, so you can see the black pipe way down that way. And because of the slope that we had to drop below the floor joist, which is fine at some point. But you try to eliminate that as much as you possibly can. So we're going to come back and get all this passed, all the inspection done, and then we're going to insulate this floor joist. Now, keep in mind, this is 18 inches thick. So we got the old wall right here. Then we've got the new wall right here. It would have been really, really cool if I could have put a thermal break between those two walls to stop the cold wicking from the outside to the inside, but then I'd lose structural integrity. That's the problem with a thermal break. You just can't always have it where you think you would really like it. So we've got rebar tying these together, but this here is basically the new foundation. Anyway, this here is that under stem wall. Again, we've got everything ready to go here, and hopefully we'll get some gravel in here and rake it off. I didn't have time to do that because we were running into snow. Point of wise, good tip here. Whenever you do a stem wall and you've got bad weather and you sheet the upper floor, make sure you have an open ventilation here. I've seen a lot of people with stem walls and they hurry and frame it, but they don't have an open ventilation and they've got mold buildup like that because there's nowhere for that to go. So we'll be doing some ventilation inside this stem wall later, but I left this open specifically for that case because we got snow in here before we framed. We got rain in here before we actually started to frame everything. That takes a long time to dry out. It takes a long time to seep through the soil. So give that ventilation enough time before you really start to seal it up. Talking about mechanical issues on stem wall, stuff like that, how to build your own home.